Fort Whyte MLA and former CFL player Obby Khan is the new leader of the official opposition. Khan also makes history as the first Muslim to lead the Manitoba Progressive Conservatives. He takes over from former Premier Heather Stephenson, who stepped down in 2024 after her PCs lost the election to Obby Khan and the NDP. But it was a tight race in this vote on Saturday. Obby Khan narrowly beat Wally Daudrich with 50.4% of the available points. Daudrich received 49.6% of the available points under a new weighted ballot system. Obby Khan joins us now via Zoom. Congratulations.
Thank you very much, Marcy. It's a beautiful Monday morning.
How are you feeling about leading Manitoba's Progressive Conservatives, and how are you feeling about being the first Muslim to lead the party?
I'm very, very excited. It is such an honor. Who would have thought all those years ago when I got here to play football for the Blue Bombers, I would have the honor of being the leader of the Progressive Conservative Party. It's great. I was at a loss of words when it happened and kind of hit the floor. And now I'm looking forward to hitting the ground running today.
We talked to you when you became the first Muslim MLA. So that's why I was wanting to, frame it that way in addition. What does that mean to you personally?
Well, I mean, yeah, the Muslim MLA is definitely part of who I am, right? From an immigrant family born here in Canada, it definitely shapes who I am. But I think larger than that is as a Manitoban, as a Canadian, is first and foremost, and how we go forward as a province and how I can lead this party to earn back the trust and respect of Manitobans and hold Obby Khan and the NDP accountable. Of course, it's a huge honor for me. It's very visible that I am a person of color. I am a minority, and most people in Manitoba know that I am a practicing Muslim. All that aside, Manitobans always come first, and that will be my priority as the leader of the PC party.
Let's talk about the party. So the leadership race back in 2021 was very close as well. Heather Stephenson defeating Shelley Glover, and at that point there was 363 votes. How do you feel about how close this was against Wally Daudrich, and what will you have to do to bring your party together moving forward?
I think it was very exciting. It was a great race, an honor to be traveling all around Manitoba and meet Manitobans, but to see that many people, sign up, 11,000 strong for a leadership race of an opposition party that just came off a defeat in the last election. It is pretty exciting to have that room full of energy for anyone that was there or watched it online. People are excited. Now, my job as a leader is, it was a very, very close race, is I've already extended that olive branch across the way to my opponent, to a lot of his followers and supporters to start that conversation and dialogue, because we are going to win in politics. We are going to beat the NDP and Obby Khan by addition, not subtraction. So I've already started that work. I started it on Saturday night after I won at our after party, and I continue that, and I will continue that throughout my term as leader, as always working together. And that it was exciting. It was wow. It was one of those moments. I think I said on the podium, it was more exciting, and I was more nervous at that moment than I was in playing in the Grey Cups for the Bombers back in the day.
Did you reached out to your opponent? Have you had a chance yet to speak to Wally Daudrich?
Yeah, we're setting up, we're in the process now of just setting up a time. So we exchange some text messages, pleasantries afterwards. And really, it's about building this party together. I've said from day one, Marcy, that we're going to have differences of opinions within our political party. And that's a good thing. I actually welcome those things. My style of leadership is I don't know everything. I don't think any leader should know everything. But what I think a leader should be responsible for is listening to other people, engaging in that respectful dialogue, and move forward together with our progressive conservative values. And that's something that I'm going to really put my stake on in this party and hopefully the future of this province.
I want to ask you about a couple of things that you've weighed in on previously now that you're leader. So in the last provincial election, your party opposed searching the landfill. Interim leader, PC leader Wayne Owasco apologized. You had said, you said this, pardon me, that you would not call the decision not to search the landfill a, quote, mistake. Of course, now we're talking about other searches of the landfill moving forward with Ashley Shingoose, for example, and Tanya Nepanak's family asking for a search. So what is your position on searching the landfill today?
Yeah, I think I made my position clear then, and the interim leader sent his apologies, and I full 100% unequivocally support his apology. And I apologize myself that the decision that was made, and not to apologize earlier on that decision. And I think that's important to recognize mistakes that have been made in the past and how we go forward together, Manitoba, all Manitobans together. I'll have a lot more conversations, a lot more time to talk to you, Marcy, on policies and decisions going forward. But I think it's clear that mistakes were made in the past, and we have to work together in one Manitoba, and we have to work together to make this province better. So I apologize as the new leader of the PC party, and I look forward to moving forward.
Can you definitively tell us this morning if you would support searching the landfill?
I think that decision's been made by Wab Canoe and the current government, and I think knowing what we know now, the decision to search the landfill and find the remains was the right decision to do. So I do support that, and going forward, this is the productive dialogue that we have to have, the open dialogue, and to recognize the mistakes made in the past and move forward together.
During the last provincial election, the PCs had promised to, quote, bolster parental rights. Now, you were in support of that as well. Can you tell us where you stand today on that issue, parental rights?
Yeah, where I stand with that today is that I have a 12-year-old son actually running around in the background now, getting ready for school. Is that as a parent, I love my child more than anything. I think anyone who's a parent out there who's listening would agree that they love their child, and that they would do anything for their child, that they would do anything to protect their child. Really, when that campaign was about, and I'm glad now that I have the opportunity as leader to come forward, and again, we'll have much more conversation on this, is to really open up that conversation and dialogue about all children in schools. I don't think anyone has a problem with that. And if you do, you'd have to ask yourself, why are we opposed to talking about protecting all children in schools? As a parent, the vast majority of us are safe, loving, caring, and nurturing for our children. Why would we not want parents involved in that conversation? I don't think, I think the answer is no. People want to have that. So if we agree that we want to have that, let's have that conversation. I'm open to that, and it's unfortunate that whether it be the current government, whether it be ministers or the premier gaslighting these types of situations, we want to have that conversation.
What do you mean by the premier gaslighting that situation?
Well, I mean, look, all you have to do is watch a question period or listen to any of his comments around this. I have said nothing other than that I want to protect all children, that we need to have a dialogue and conversation. We need to revisit the Schools Act on this. I mean, 30 years, lots has changed in our school system. I think we can also agree with that. When it comes to different types of bullying and cyberbullying, sexploitation online, these are all issues that need to be discussed with parents, with stakeholders, with teachers, with principals, with guidance counselors, with kids at the same table to say, how do we protect children moving forward? I think that's the important part. Very open dialogue with everyone at the table to move forward in protecting children, and that includes parents.
As a last question, there's been uncertainty, of course, among businesses and political tensions with the states with Donald Trump. How do you think that Premier Canoe is leading the province on those issues, and what might you do differently if you were Premier?
Yeah, I think during the campaign, I've talked really a lot about growing our economy, about unleashing the potential of Manitoba. Manitoba right now is a province where we are getting federal transfers, and I believe that we have the potential to unlock all the resources we have here. I'm not just talking about natural resources. I'm also talking about the people and the potential and the workforce here. When it comes to agriculture, when it comes to mining, when it comes to manufacturing, we have so many great things here in Manitoba. So we need to grow our economy. Until we can grow our economy and stand on our own 2 feet, it's very hard to stand up to a bully when you don't have that platform, when you don't have that ability. So we need to grow our economy. Now, when you look at what Wab Canoe has done here and the province of Manitoba against the tariffs, has pulled American alcohol off the shelf and paused business taxes. Delayed them. So they still have to pay them. Business will still have to pay, but they've just given them a 3-month relief. Well, in 3 months, where's that business going to come up with the money? We need real change to grow Manitoba.
So you would have a different approach. Obby Khan, our time is through for this conversation. Congratulations again. Thank you very much for joining us on CBC.
Thank you very much, Marcy. Looking forward to many, many more. And thank you to all the members out there in Manitoba. Look forward to going forward.